Hello, thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos, and today we're looking at a inequality test review. This is a study guide for the inequality test, so let's take a look. All right, so first we got number one here, and it's just a regular inequality in a slope-intercept form. We've got the slope right here, and we got the y-intercept right here, and we're going to use that to graph it. All we got to do is graph it, okay? So I'm gonna go over here. Hopefully I got the right thickness on this here. All right. So I'm gonna go to -7, and then I'm going to go do my rise over run. So I'm gonna go to -7 on the y-intercept, which is right here. And don't forget, it's -7 because of this minus right here. All right. Next, it's got -3/2, which means I'm going to go down 3 because it's negative and go to the right 2. Okay. All right. So one way to look at it is -3/2. So since this is negative, that's where we go down. And since this is positive, we go to the right. Down 3, right 2. But another way to look at it is, what if the negative was on the denominator and we made the 3 positive and we made the 2 negative? So in that case, we would go up 3, but then go to the left 2. All right. And explain that so I can show you how I can make more dots here. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, 2. 1, 2, 3, and 2. And now I got more dots to connect and make my line like so. All right. And I made sure I use a solid line because it has that equal to. And because it's less than, I'm going to shade below. And that's it on number one. All right. Let's take a look at number two. Now, number two is in standard form. Okay. Instead of being y equals mx plus b, like number one, it's in ax plus by equals c form. Okay. And what we want to do is we want to isolate that y. We want to make it look like number one over here with the y by itself. Okay. So it's a little equation. It has two variables that's not the same. Two or more variables not the same as a little equation. So I'm going to zoom in here and work this out. So I'm going to first subtract this 5x and go do it on both sides of the inequality. Don't forget to put the x there. Now, when we subtract that 5x, since it's not like terms, we can't combine these two. So what I'm going to do is just going to write this 6x right here. I'm sorry, 6y right here. And it's going to be greater than negative 5x plus 6, because the 6 is positive. The next step is to divide by 6 all the way across. And when doing so, keep in mind, if this 6 was negative, you would have to swap the inequality. But it's not. So since we don't have to swap the inequality, we're just going to reduce. Okay? So I'm going to cancel out the 6's, and that's going to leave me with y is greater than negative 5 over 6, and it doesn't reduce. So I'm just going to leave it as negative 5 over 6 x. And then 6 divided by 6 is 1, positive 1. Now it's similar to number one. We could graph it just like we graphed number one. So I'm going to zoom back in here. I'm going to go to +1 on the y-intercept, and I got -5, so I'm going to go down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go to the right 6 right here. Okay. I could also make the 5 positive, but make the 6 negative, and go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then go to the left 6. Okay. Now, because it's not equal to, instead of using a solid line, I am going to use a dashed line. And since it's greater than, I'm a shade above. Greater than. Cool. And that's it. All right, now let's take a look at number 3. All right, now here we've got two inequalities. It says below are the two inequalities in the graph of their lines without the shading. By imagining where the shading should be, identify which point would satisfy both inequalities. So on computer, you would have to imagine it. But with this being on paper, I'm just going to draw where the shade should be. All right, so first I can see that this right here, we got to figure out which one of these is which. So I've got y is less than -2x plus 3. It's got to be the one that starts at 3, which is this one. And I'm going to change the colors here. Hopefully it won't be too big. All right, so that one starts at 3. So that's going to be this one. All right, so the other one, I'm going to put in blue. And that starts at 1 right here. All right, so this one it's already got dashes, so we don't have to worry about that. But it's less than. So on the red one, we're going to shade below. Oh, let me change my colors back. Shade below. All of that. And on the blue one, we're going to shade above, greater than. All right. And you see how it's slanted like this? We're going to be on top right here and shade this way. Here. So out a little bit. All right. So where they overlap is where all the solutions are, which is right here. All right. And it's multiple choice. You just got to pick the one that's in that area. All right. So I got 8, 7. I'm going to zoom in. 8, 7 up here. That's not in there. -5, 9. -5, +9. -5, +9, which is right here. So that would be in the yellow. So that would be it. All right, let's take a look at number 4. All right, number 4, it's not graphed. And we have to graph it, put the correct lines on here and everything. So that's what we're going to do here. So I'm going to use different colors again. I'm going to start with the red one here. Well, it's supposed to be red. Let's try that again. In fact, let's just erase it. And here's red. All right, so I'm gonna go to 7, and notice how this x doesn't have a number in front of it, so it's got to understood 1. So that's going to be 1 over 1. Okay, and we're gonna go to 7. I'm gonna zoom in and put a dot here and go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. I'll also go down 1 and back 1. And now I'm gonna draw my line. And again, this one's gonna be solid because it's equal to. And because it says less than, we're gonna shade below, which will be this area here. All right, now I'm gonna do another one here. And I got blue. So on this one, I'm gonna go to -7, which is right here. And it says got -5 over 2. So -5 over 2. Okay, I can't go down 5. So instead of doing that, I'm gonna do 5 over -2. Go up 5 and back 2. All right, starting at -7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and back 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then back 2. All right, and now I'm gonna draw my line with that. Again, a solid line because it's equal to. And since it says less than, I'm gonna shade below. All right, now the next step is just to pick a point that's within this region, right in here, where they overlap. And you can just pick any point over there. Let's see, we're gonna go -4, -4. -4, -4 would be about right here. Change back to black here. And -4, -4. Just pick any point within that double shaded region. All right, now, and it'll take any point. It doesn't have to be what I just have. It'll take any point in that shaded region. All right, let's take a look at this last question here. Okay, here, all we have to do is write the inequality. Okay, we've got Olivia and her children went to the grocery store and will buy bananas and peaches. Each banana costs 40 cents and each peach costs $2. Olivia has a total of $15 to spend, a total, on bananas and peaches. Write an inequality that would represent the possible values for the number of bananas purchased, B, and the number of peaches purchased, P, right? So you're going to multiply the number of bananas purchased times 40 cents. So I'm going to say 40 cents, 0.40 times B. And we're going to add that with how many peaches we buy. So we're going to do $2 times the number of peaches, P. And since Olivia has a total of $15 to spend, she can't spend more than that. She can spend 15 or she can spend less than that. So it will have to be less than or equal to 15. And that's it. That's how you write the inequality there. And that's it. That is this review for this test here on inequalities. I want to thank you for checking out Mr. Ware's videos. Have a nice day.